everyone, welcome to the Crazy Desert Knitting channel. This channel focuses on knitting, crocheting, and other yarn related topics. I am Mel, the Crazy Desert Knitter, coming to you from the sunny city of Phoenix, Arizona. I apologize for the camera moving already. My dog has decided to lay at the very base of the tripod. So back to what I was saying. To all of my new viewers, welcome to the Crazy Desert Knitting family. I'm so glad you are here. To all my returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back and seeing me again. I am really excited to have you here on this reflection vlog journey that I'm going on. If you guys are really curious as to what these vlogs are going to be about, I did a short introduction video. Go ahead, pop back and watch that. If you are looking for more traditional episode styles, this is not going to be that, just to let you know. You may want to check out a different episode that I've posted or one of my yarn review series or something like that. But I'm really happy you guys are here with me today on this little journey as well. If there's anything I think you should know or would like to know, I'm going to pop it in that description box below, including things like what I'm wearing and what I'm working on. So there is that. So no further ado, what I'm wearing. I am wearing the Romby cardigan by Terry Crews. I made this cardigan out of Huasco multi-botany lace, at least I think that's what it's called, in the yellow, green, and gray colorway. And as I kind of alluded to in the introduction video, I might be knitting on something when I'm speaking, I might not. But today I am knitting on the London B.Ridge socks by Knitting Expat Designs. So far, I'm really enjoying these socks and it's a lot of fun. So we'll give that a go. As I said, welcome to my reflection, or maybe I didn't say this, but this is my reflection vlog series. And I am just reflecting on my knitting likes, dislikes, journey, things I used to like to do but don't like anymore, that kind of stuff. Or things I prefer over others. Not don't like to do, I just prefer over doing others. So I'm kind of excited to do my first video, and I thought my first vlog should be about the basics. You know, you got to reflect on the basics. Why are you doing something? Why do you like it? Why do you not like it? When do you like to do it? That kind of thing. So I'm going to call this my reflection of the basics video. I do have a few handwritten notes down here, so if I look down, it's not just at my knitting. So I encourage you guys to grab your knitting, grab a beverage, and join me for just a few minutes. Hopefully this won't be too long. I think the first question I want to answer, I wrote down questions. I didn't write down answers, but I wrote down questions that I possibly want to think about and reflect on. And I've thought about them, so it's more of documenting what I'm thinking. And again, this documentation process is really just for myself. It's something that I can go back and look back on and decide what I like and what I don't like. And I'm sorry if the camera's moving again. My dog thinks the tripod is a fantastic concept. Yeah, he's now looking at me like, what, Mom? So the first one is, why do I knit? That's the first question I wanted to reflect on. And you know, I found that I knit because it calms me in many ways. It allows me to remove stress from my life. You know, another one of those activities in my life that allows me that calms me and reduces my stress is playing with my dog and hiking and things like that. But because of my work schedule and things, especially right now, I don't always have the opportunity to go for a walk or take a hike, especially with my dog. These are things that I'm working on as I go, and when I can, I really like to, but I don't always have time. So knitting allows me to relax, and I find it very methodical, and that allows my my mind to decompress or to think through a work problem in a lot of ways. So I find that really helpful in many ways. Also, to do something methodical, which I find knitting to be methodical. Knitting, purling, yarning over, cabling, switching colors, whatever it might be, I find that very methodical, and I like that. So that's something else that I enjoy, and that's a part of a reason why I knit, is, you know, it allows my mind to think in a lot of ways. It allows it to focus on something that's very methodical, and then it allows other things to kind of click into place. I know that doesn't make sense to anybody else but me, and that's okay. That kind of leads me into my next question of, when do I knit? And I find that I knit a lot at night, for the most part. But just as I said before, I find that the activity is very methodical, and it allows me to think in a lot of ways, or allows me to reason through a problem or a question or something along those lines. So every once in a while, when I really need to, sorry about the dog, I'll actually knit in the middle of the day. But otherwise, I'll knit to de-stress at night before, you know, while watching TV, or, you know, that hour or so before I go to bed, so that I can sleep. So that's typically when I knit. When am I comfortable knitting? That's a question I thought I should address. You know, again, this is the basics. You know, I'm reflecting on the basics, and I haven't really found something I'm not comfortable knitting yet. I know I have things that I haven't tried, so I can't say if I'm comfortable or uncomfortable with it if I've never tried it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So, you know, I'm comfortable knitting anything, you know, socks. I'm comfortable knitting a pair of socks. I still find certain heels challenging. I'm comfortable knitting garments because, you know, I can follow a pattern, and if I don't like it, I can tink or frog back depending on what I don't like. I'm comfortable knitting lace. I'm comfortable knitting cables. I would like to improve my color work. So I can't figure out anything I'm not comfortable at least trying. I may not enjoy it once I get into it, but at least I want to, you know, I'm comfortable giving it a shot. And that might actually extend further into spinning or weaving or something like that later on. But for the moment, I'm just sticking to knitting and crochet. I do crochet as well. My next question I want to kind of think on right now is, what challenges me right now? Color work is still a challenge to me because I don't feel that I've gotten the tension down for color work. So that is something that I have challenged myself this year. It's one of my goals. If you're interested in listening to my goals for the year, you guys can check out my episode that I posted in January of 2021. Again, a little later than I anticipated, but the episode will explain why. So that is one of my challenges. I want to get slightly better at my color work. Something else that challenges me is always lace. Lace always challenges me because it requires a lot of concentration. And it's typically, you know, something that I have to follow a pattern for, like really follow a pattern. What kind of a knitter am I? And what I mean by that is, am I a product knitter? Am I a process knitter? Am I a gift knitter? Am I a personal knitter? Am I a selfish knitter, as some people would call it? And I don't think knitting for yourself is selfish at all. I think knitting for yourself is a great way to continue to enjoy your knitting. So I really don't consider knitting for yourself to really be selfish, but I have heard that term before. So I don't want anybody to misunderstand me when I say that. To answer a few of those questions, I am predominantly a monogamous knitter. I like to finish a project all the way through before I start another one. Now that being said, I do have a local knitting group that I'm a part of, and there are certain things that I cannot do in a group setting because they just take too much concentration. So I might have a group project that might just be like an easy hat to do or something like that, and then a home project. But even those, I don't like to have many going at one time. So I'm a fairly monogamous knitter. Even if something takes a little more time or effort or something, I might even bring that to group anyways, just because I am such a monogamous knitter. I like to feel and see the progress on a project. I don't have what most knitters call cast on itis, where you want to cast on all the things. That's not something I typically feel. Am I more of a process knitter or a project knitter? I would say predominantly I knit for the process because I like the process. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the feel of knitting. I enjoy what happens while I knit. I enjoy the methodicalness of it. I enjoy the relaxation that it brings me. So in a lot of ways, I'm a very process knitter oriented person, but at the end, I still want to enjoy the product that I've created. So I would say I'm a little bit of both, but I'm more of a process knitter. There are times where I will knit something that I really want to try, that I personally may not use, so it goes in a gift basket, you know. So whether, you know, I don't wear a lot of hats, I especially thick, heavy hats, but I enjoy knitting them. So I might knit them and put them in a gift basket or something like that. Do enjoy gifting my knitting to someone that can appreciate the knitting in a lot of ways. I don't gift all the things that I knit, but I don't gift none of the things that I knit. There are some people in my life that truly do enjoy handmade items and handmade gifts and can appreciate the thought and effort that goes into a hand knitted item. And then there's people in my life who really cannot. I will gift, and I do enjoy gifting my hand knitted items to people that can appreciate that. And, you know, I always want to make sure, you know, I enjoy gifting things to babies. I have found several of the people that I've gifted certain things for baby showers to, that their kids are still using today. And, you know, their kid is going to have that item for the rest of their lives. And typically that has a lot to do with the recipient and how they feel about it. Any other of the basics that I'm thinking about? And I think I've gone through everything that's on my list or my questions. I guess a lot of it that I've reflected on is the time that that's passed, you know, things that have, you know, why did I start knitting? I guess that's something I should reflect on, is why did I start knitting? You know, I really started to knit when I was in college because it was something I could do with my hands when I came home on breaks. It wasn't something that I learned when I was really young from my grandma or something like that. I actually learned from a girl on my dorm floor at college. So that was kind of cool. I really enjoyed that. It was something fun that we did as like a dorm floor activity, and then I just kind of continued. And as it turns out, my aunt knits, and she's really good, and my other aunt crochets. Now, my mom is a sewer, and my mom's an extremely good sewer. So I grew up always knowing how to sew, and I appreciate what my mom is capable of. And my mom can also crochet as well. But it's not something that she enjoys sewing a lot more than that. And it turns out both my grandmas crocheted, and I knew one of them did, but I didn't know the other one did. So it was something that was really cool to find out later on. So there was that, you know, why did I start knitting? And that was kind of why I started. It's been a 12-year journey, 13-year journey now, 14-year journey. But it has not been a consistent journey, I found. So, you know, the time period, the reflection on the time period is kind of strange. I have not, you know, it was not a consistent, you know, I knit every night when I was in college. It would be like, oh, I knit a scarf here, wait 6 months and knit another one, and then wait a year and knit a couple more, or something like that. When I first got out of college, I knit a lot more. And then I stopped knitting for like 5 years. Just didn't, you know, no yarn, no knitting needles, nothing. So yeah, it was kind of strange. Yeah, so as I was saying, I can't really place now why I would stop knitting. I mean, there are more, sometimes I have a little more knitting mojo, as I would call it, versus other times. But I can't, you know, because I found it to be such a stress reliever in my life, or stress relief, I can't imagine stopping now or not knitting now. I can imagine maybe there's nights here and there that I wouldn't want to knit, but I can never imagine actually stopping altogether. So it's something to consider. It's interesting. So, but I think that's, you know, all I've got for right now. So, thank you guys for joining me, I guess. I'm gonna leave this little vlog here. So this has been my reflection on the basics. Again, if you guys are looking for any of the things I think you guys should know, what I was knitting on, what I'm wearing, check out that description box below. It's got all that information in there for you. I hope to see you guys next time at my next vlog reflection video. And until then, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button down below if you'd like to see more videos like this, or other episodes, yarn reviews, or yarn comparisons that I've done. And until then, this is Mel, the Crazy Desert Knitter, and I'll say come back and see me next time. Thanks a lot, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.